Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear. Lows in the lower 40s. Light and variable winds. Thursday, sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Light and variable winds becoming west around 10 miles per hour in the afternoon. Thursday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 40s. Light and variable winds. Friday, mostly sunny in the morning, then becoming partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Friday night and Saturday, mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 40s. Highs in the lower 70s. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Chance of rain 30%. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. Highs in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 40%. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. A slight chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Chance of rain 50%. Monday through Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. Highs in the upper 60s. Lows in the mid-50s. Chance of rain 30%. The Huntsville climate summary for this evening, as of 4 p.m., October 21, 2025. 0.21 inches of precipitation fell today, which brings the monthly total to 1.62 inches. This is 0.77 inches below the normal amount of 2.39 inches for October. The total precipitation for the year now stands at 42.09 inches, which is 0.91 inches below normal. The normal high temperature for tomorrow is 74 degrees, and the normal low is 49. The record high for tomorrow is 88, which occurred in 1963, and the record low is 27, which occurred in 1952. Sunset tonight is at 6:05 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:59 a.m. The metropolitan area weather conditions at 5 p.m. In Huntsville, at the International Airport, skies were mostly sunny. The temperature was 68 degrees, with a dew point of 59. The relative humidity was 73%. Winds were southwest at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.97 inches and steady. In Meridianville, skies were sunny. The temperature was 67 degrees. The dew point was 59, making the relative humidity 73%. Winds were south at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.97 inches and steady. North of Decatur, at Pryor Field, skies were sunny. The temperature was 72 degrees, with a dew point of 47. The relative humidity was 40%. Winds were west at 9 miles an hour, gusting to 20. The pressure was 29.97 inches and steady. Elsewhere across the area, from west to east. In Muscle Shoals, sunny and 73. In Fayetteville, sunny and 70. In Winchester, sunny and 68. In Fort Payne, partly sunny and 63. Once again, at 5 p.m. In Huntsville, at the International Airport, mostly sunny and 68. And north of Decatur, at Pryor Field, sunny and 72. Regional weather conditions at 5 p.m. At Atlanta, rain was falling, with a temperature of 73. It was clear, with a temperature of 73 at Memphis, and 73 at Tupelo. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 64 at Chattanooga, and 71 at Nashville. It was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of 67 at Birmingham, and 63 at Knoxville. Now here is the local forecast, for the north-central Alabama listening area. Tonight, mostly sunny early this afternoon, then becoming clear. A slight chance of showers early this afternoon. Lows in the lower 40s. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour early this afternoon, becoming light and variable. Chance of rain 20%. Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear. Lows in the lower 40s. Light and variable winds. Thursday, sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Light and variable winds becoming west around 10 miles.
It happens. I mean, it's part of life, and I think certainly in aviation, you know some of the inherent risks that you're taking while you're flying. So I think most of us that have been around the industry for quite a while, this isn't the first time we've seen this. It's just it hurts. Certainly it hurts every time.
Certainly. Well, friends and loved ones will remember the Anderson family during a prayer vigil tomorrow. The event includes a candlelight vigil, the Church of the Highlands praise band, and various speakers. The vigil is at Milton Frank Stadium. It starts at 6:30. Doors open at 5:30. The vigil open to the public, and attendees are asked to enter through the south gate. The service will also be live streamed. You can find information about the vigil and the crash on our website, fox54.com. A woman now behind bars in connection with a deadly shooting in Coleman County. The sheriff's office says they arrested Emily Battles yesterday after a shooting in the Simcoe area Wednesday that left one person dead. That shooting is still being investigated. Decatur man behind bars after being accused of hitting someone in the head. Decatur police say they got a call about a domestic disturbance at a home on Beltline Road Saturday where they found a victim with a head injury. An investigation showed Moises Velasquez threw an object at the victim's head, injuring them. Velasquez left the home before police arrived, they say, but was found during a traffic stop yesterday. He faces a domestic violence charge and is held in the Morgan County Jail on a $30,000 bond. The University of Alabama Huntsville has begun searching for the school's next president. The university said in a statement today they have appointed a presidential search advisory committee and are seeking feedback from the community, you. Well, the committee is holding virtual listening sessions for community members and university supporters to share feedback and what you believe are essential for the next president of UAH. The search for the school's next president began when the current president, Charles Carr, announced his retirement early this month. Today marks the 21st day of the government shutdown, now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. Democrats say they want a funding bill that addresses Medicaid cuts and expiring Obamacare subsidies. Republicans say they won't discuss that until Democrats pass their funding bill with no changes. And coming up is a bill to pay essential federal workers. However, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville says not everyone will be getting paid.
Well, it's called a shutdown. I mean, you start paying everybody, no pressure on anybody from either side. So I think we just leave it as it is. I don't think ever, I don't care if you shut the government down, we should be not getting paid before the military. Military should be getting paid and law enforcement should be getting paid. Those are the two entities that you need. Everybody else, shut it off.
The shutdown ties one 30 years ago when congressional Republicans traded about half the Medicare cuts they wanted for a balanced budget. The longest shutdown ever was 35 days long during President Trump's first term after Democrats refused to pay for a border wall. A piece of history has emerged from the depths of Wilson Dam. During routine dredging operations, crews made an unexpected discovery: a century-old crane bucket used during the dam's original construction in the late teens and early 20s. Remarkably, the bucket remains in excellent condition despite spending decades underwater. Officials say the artifact will now be preserved and displayed at Wilson Dam, giving visitors a tangible connection to the workers who built this engineering marvel that remains an important part of life in the Tennessee Valley.
Hopefully this will, get us 15 more years in the future.
Huntsville International Airport has plans to expand. Fox 54's Logan Alexander Russell explains how. And I'm excited to introduce this top teacher who's dedicated decades of education to her kindergartners. Stick around because we get to meet this week's Fox 54's top teacher. The Port of Huntsville Board of Directors met today to approve the expansion of the airport parking garage. As North Alabama's population continues to grow, the board says it's important to start meeting the increasing demands for parking. Fox 54's Logan Alexander Russell got to see where the parking lot will expand. Let's take a listen.
The stress of finding a parking space at the airport may disappear in the next couple of years. The board of directors for the Port of Huntsville approved a major parking expansion today. The current parking garage holds just over 2,300 cars, with the $57 million project adding about 1,400 parking spaces to the existing airport parking deck. CEO Butch Roberts says that the board is excited that the growing demand for parking presented the opportunity to expand.
Hopefully this will, get us 15 more years in the future and where we don't inconvenience anybody who wants to park here.
The expansion is expected to start before the end of this year and will take about 2 years to finish. The deck will be 6 levels tall in order to match the existing deck. The entryway to the garage will also be redone, creating one entrance for the deck and one for surface parking. Roberts says it's needed to accommodate the growing number of travelers.
If you started having an airport that wasn't convenient and user-friendly, you might start losing passengers.
The airport has received record-breaking passenger traffic numbers between 2023 and 2025. 8 of the first 9 months of 2025 exceeded passenger numbers from the same months in 2024. But this is just the start of the airport's expansions. Roberts hopes that travelers will enjoy the short walk from the covered parking to the terminal.
We want to be the most user-friendly airport that we can be, and customer service is our number one thing.
The spokesperson for the Port of Huntsville says a new shop and coffee spot is going to be added to the airport near TSA. New flooring in parts of the airport and a new screen near the car rentals can also be expected. In Huntsville, Logan Alexander Russell, Fox 54 News.
Yeah, they continue to expand. I know not too long ago they had the cell phone waiting parking lot that they added on, more eateries within the airport, and now they're expanding parking. But It does make sense because recently, and I would say the past couple months when I flew out of Huntsville, it was tough for me to find a parking spot, and it wasn't like that before.
Right, even when I went there today, I mean, there was already a lot of people, and it's only a Tuesday. So imagine on the weekends how crowded it can get.
Yeah, I would imagine too during the week when people are flying out for business or whatnot. So that's also something to consider. And we'll see just how much they are going to expand. I think we saw, 1,400 additional, was it 1,400 additional parking spaces?
And it'll be 6 levels like the existing parking garage.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Logan. We'll continue to follow updates on that. All right, coming up, a strange dark discovery in space, what scientists are calling an out-of-this-world discovery. And while we have our eyes on the sky, Jordan, got a little bit of rain gain this morning.
Yeah, we definitely saw a little bit of rain across the Tennessee Valley, and I do have more later on in the forecast. But for now, we're going to begin to turn our attention a little bit to a chilly night. We'll discuss it in a couple of minutes.
I really like that dress.
Oh, thanks. I got it from Ross.
Now, Fox 54's Top Teacher. Sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
I'm really excited to introduce this Fox 54 top teacher. She's what peers and anyone who knows her would consider a fixture at Julian Newman Elementary School in Athens. She's taught kindergarten there for 44 years, a first stop for a lot of students at the school. And she also has a legacy she follows. Meet this week's Fox 54 top teacher, Cynthia Howell. For a kindergarten teacher,
tell us all about your setting.
Cynthia Howell.
Athens is home for me.
And this classroom at Julian Newman Elementary School has been home for her for more than 4 decades.
The building is amazing. The amenities are amazing. But more so, I just tried to create my new classroom with the atmosphere of feeling safe, feeling happy, feeling comfortable.
Howell's first year enjoying her new classroom following the school's recent renovation. In it, you can find,
she brought this back from Disney one year,
relics from her former students all around and pictures of her family.
My mom was assigned to Julian Newman the first year after integration started.
There began the legacy.
I got an opportunity to work with my mom for several years in the same building before she retired.
And it doesn't stop there.
It even goes a step further because my daughter is now principal of a middle school in South Florida. And so between the three of us, we have over 100 years of experience in education. And that's just a legacy that we're all so proud of.
Her principal, Charla Birdsong, says Howell's reputation precedes her.
And even if you have not been in Miss Howell's class, she has definitely impacted you in some way. And that goes for not only students, teachers, community members. Everybody knows Miss Howell.
Howell hopes her legacy is one of compassion.
When I leave, I just want to make sure I did it right. I did it right, and I care.
And we can see that she cares. Congratulations, Mrs. Howell, on 44 years. The ribbon cutting and open house for Julian Newman is Sunday at 2 p.m. And for full interviews of Mrs. Howell in the moment she was surprised, go to Fox 54 Plus right here. And you can also nominate a deserving teacher on fox54.com.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
There's a live look from Coleman High School. You can kind of see the city out further yonder with a beautiful backdrop of the sunset. Apparently, the sun has already began to set, according to you from earlier in the newscast.
The official time was like 6:04 or 6:05 or something like that. So now we're in that kind of 10 to 20 minute period of time where you get to enjoy the last little bits of the pretty colors.
Did I hear this right, that by this weekend it'll be the last time we'll see a sunset at 6?
Yeah, I think it's the 24th or the 25th will be our last 6 p.m. sunset. And then, you know, kind of like, what is it, a week and a half from now, the clocks are going to change. So
there's that.
Yeah, then the sun will set even before the 5:30 news. So I don't really quite know how to feel about that yet.
I know. In the meantime, we're just going to enjoy it while we can.
Exactly, because in about a week and a half, I won't even be able to show you cameras anymore until like March or something like that. Radar looks nice and quiet this evening. Now, we did have a little bit of rain move into the Tennessee Valley through the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon. That activity has since come to an end, and we are left with a beautiful evening, which you saw there over in Coleman, down in Coleman, I guess would be the more appropriate terminology. And then, of course, radar looking nice and quiet. We're going to stay that way for the next several days. I'll show you that here in just a second. There's the cold front that moved through the Tennessee Valley late this morning, early this afternoon. We now find ourselves under the control of an area of high pressure. That area of high pressure is hanging out over Oklahoma and Texas, but it's going to have an impact on our sensible weather across the Tennessee Valley over the next couple of days. It's going to bring in a rather cool, dry, fall-like air mass into the Tennessee Valley, and we're going to notice that in the rather immediate future. Let's talk about the rain first. Dry Wednesday through Saturday, opportunities for rain as we head into the weekend and then through the early part of next week. I know we're getting closer and closer to Halloween, and there's so many activities going on during the weekends, so it's rather unfortunate that we're talking about rain on the weekend, but maybe put the bulk of your plans on Saturday, just in case. Sunday doesn't look like it's going to be a complete wash, but if you want guaranteed dry time, I would say to move your weekend plans kind of exclusively to Saturday. Temperatures currently sitting in the 60s, 68 in Florence, 60 in Fort Payne. Quite the difference there. 60 to 68, 62 in Coleman, 68 right now in Fayetteville. We're sitting at 66 indicator. Whatever cloud cover may still be hanging out across the Tennessee Valley, that's probably hard to come by at this point, but if there is any left, it's going to clear as we head into the overnight, and that's going to allow our temperatures to drop into the lower 40s. At the same time, winds also have a northerly component to them, which is only going to aid in the temperature dropping thing as we head into the overnight. I would not be the least bit surprised if somebody up across southern Middle Tennessee or far northeast Alabama actually dropped into the upper 30s, 38, 39, certainly not out of the question. And we're going to maintain those cooler mornings through Thursday, Friday. The low temperatures begin to creep up a little bit by the time we get to Saturday, Sunday, and then through Monday of next week. What about our average first freeze, which would effectively end the growing season? Any day now, up across southern Middle Tennessee, northeast Alabama, the rest of us on average early November, so a couple of weeks left, I suppose, in the growing season if average comes to fruition this year. It's going to be chilly tomorrow morning, 44 at 7, 46 by 8, 51 by 9, 58 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. with plenty of sunshine. Sunshine's not going to be hard to come by. The sunshine's just going to be somewhat deceiving. 69 degrees on Wednesday. We go from 69 to 74 as we head into your Thursday. Thursday, still plenty of sunshine. But then the cloud cover begins to build into the Tennessee Valley by the time we get to Friday. Sticks with us as we head into Saturday. 73 on Friday, 74 on Saturday. Rain chances build into the Tennessee Valley on Sunday. Temperature's not going to move that much on Sunday. We're going to start in the mid-50s, kind of ending in the mid and upper 60s. 68 on Monday, 70 degrees on Tuesday. As we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week, we are going to maintain the opportunity for a couple of isolated, widely scattered showers across the Tennessee Valley. Regardless, it is going to feel like fall through the entirety of the forecast period.
Well, get a look at this. Scientists may have found an out-of-this-world discovery. New research shows a mysterious glow in our galaxy might come from dark matter, an invisible form of matter believed to be 5 times more abundant than regular matter. The glow was first found by a NASA telescope in 2008, and some believe the light was caused by exploding stars. But recent tests from supercomputers show collisions of dark matter might be responsible for the illumination. Dark matter was first theorized in the 1930s and confirmed in the 1970s by U.S. astronomers. Scientists have yet to observe dark matter directly, which is how it got its name. What's going on in sports, Mo?
It's Magic City Classic week, and all roads lead to Birmingham for one of the biggest HBCU football events of the year. We're talking to Sam Shade about Saturday's game next. Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance. The biggest game of the season is always the next contest, and for Alabama A&M, there isn't a game that's bigger to players, fan, and alumni than the Magic City Classic. More than 60,000 fans are flocking to Legion Field on Saturday to see the Bulldogs and the Hornets duke it out for the 81st edition of the MCC. Now, Alabama State, they've won 4 straight against Alabama A&M, and head coach Sam Shade, he's a Birmingham native. He grew up going to the Magic City Classic and understands the magnitude of the game in all phases.
It really just mean a lot to get the win. I mean, it's really more for us about the 2025 Alabama A&M Bulldogs, and that's really what it's about. But, you know, we've got a lot of guys from the state of Alabama on our team. They've got a lot of guys from the state. We've got guys that were teammates with guys on their team, possibly even played Little League ball. So, I mean, that's what makes the rivalry what it is. And even the fans. You've got fans, families that are divided between A&M and state. So, you know, a lot on the line on Saturday.
Saturday's game is the 84th edition of the Magic City Classic, which is brought to you by Amazon. The game kicks off at 2:30 p.m. at Legion Field. You can stream it live on ESPN+. Hey, let's talk about the UNA Lions. Brent Dearman's team dominating Eastern Kentucky in a big victory for homecoming last week. The Lions outgaining the Colonels 412 to 296, and they also won the turnover battle. Now the Lions are set to hit the road for a battle against a budding rival in Austin Peay. Now, coming up later this evening on Fox 54, we'll talk to Coach Brent Dearman about his team's victory and the next game that's in front of him. You can check that out tonight at 9 on Fox 54. Kanisha.
Thank you, Mo. Coming up tonight at 9, a family now in need after a fire destroyed their camper home, leaving them nothing but the clothes on their backs. How you can help. New details on the man arrested at Atlanta's airport accused of planning a potential mass shooting. We have those details just ahead. And Calhoun Community College broke ground on a new building, celebrating the start of a transformative project on its Decatur campus. We'll tell you all about it tonight at 9. Before we let you go, celebrating your 106th birthday is not a common feat. But over the weekend, Grace Simmert of Omaha, Nebraska, marked that milestone among friends. Look at her. She had a surprise birthday party. The group gathered after church on Sunday to surprise Grace. They sang, shared cake, and swapped memories about the woman they call kind, active, and inspiring. Grace says her secret to such a long life isn't a workout routine or special diet, just